Ready?
This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. This meeting of July 1st, 2024 was published in the Courier News and Star Ledger and placed on the Borough's website. Notice of this meeting was also placed on the bulletin board at Borough Hall. A copy of this notice is available to the public, and a copy of the statement shall be included in the minutes of this meeting. Mayor Brian Gallagher.
Here.
Council members, Teresa Bonner.
Here.
Glenn Denny is excused this evening. Tom Mitchell.
Here.
Randy Pitts.
Here.
Gina Stravic.
Here.
Roger Vroom.
Here. All right, please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, motion for approval of the minutes of June 17, 2024.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call?
Council members, Teresa Bonner.
Yes.
Tom Mitchell.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, we have no departmental reports or notices. Committee reports. Let's start with Tom.
Yes, sir. Okay. We received 2 bids for the Borough Hall entry portico restoration project on June 18th. The low bid failed to include a required page containing unit prices, making it unacceptable. The other bid was substantially higher than the estimate and the grant. Therefore, both bids are being rejected by Resolution 206, and the bid process will be repeated. The History on the Green program will take place on Saturday, July 20th, starting at 10 a.m. It will begin at the Wallace House in Old Dutch Parsonage, then proceed up Main Street to the Courthouse Green on Grove Street with a fife and drum band. History on the Green is Somerset County's annual living history event. The Historic Advisory Committee met a couple of weeks ago, discussed the Borough Hall chiller, HVAC repairs, and how they will affect the building's interior and exterior appearance. The Historic Committee is also committed to the weekend journey again this year. They will work around any scaffolding or obstruction caused by the facade work. The Historic Advisory Committee continues to photograph the old newspapers stored at the police station. They've completed the 1930s and are now scanning through 1943. Nearly 100 books have been sent to good homes. Over 200 books were pulled by the library, and there are still about 100 books left. Some are old enough to be somewhat rare. Marge will go to the library board to see whether they would like to do with them. And finally, the History Roundtable will be meeting week from tonight on the 8th. They will be discussing the banks in Somerville, bank buildings, and how they were designed. They meet at 7 p.m. Monday, 7 p.m. the second Monday of the month, which is the 8th, a week from tonight. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Tom. Gina?
On behalf of the Board of Health, I'd like to report that they're recommending people over 75 get an RSV vaccine. So if you meet that criteria, keep yourself safe and think about that vaccine. The Somerville squad, no meeting since last month, but since last Borough Council meeting, but I know they've been very active, several calls in towns needing their help. On behalf of the Environmental Commission, Glenn's absent today, but I did want to report that there was a garden workshop at the community garden this past Saturday. There was amazing attendance. I think there were 16 people signed up, I heard, but there was many more people there than that. They talked about holistic insecticides and plantings and all good stuff. There's growing interest in the community garden and probably a need to expand. I know they're talking about expanding on that site. And also I think as we look in development in town, I think that's one thing that maybe we should think about in planning is asking developers that put in fitness centers and pools, and maybe we need to think about, garden space. Food for thought on that,
Interesting.
yeah. So,
Okay.
that completes my report.
Thank you. Teresa?
Thank you. The Somerville Public Library Youth and Adult Summer Reading Challenge started on June 10th and will continue through August 17th. To take part in the challenge, you need to register online, register and log your reading on the Beanstack app through the sclsnj.org website or in person at the library. The more you read, the more rewards you earn. You can register as a family or as an individual. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Randy?
Thank you, Mayor. Somerville was featured by World Atlas 9 towns with thriving local businesses. Noted downtown businesses were Blue Marble Studio Art Gallery, Gimme Gimme Teas, Kaima Greek, and Yutaka Restaurants. The June 10th event, in partnership with the County Cultural and Heritage Commission, drew a huge crowd. Those in attendance were entertained with poetry, music, and a special acknowledgement to our very own Art Adair for his achievements and dedication to our borough. Division Street last Thursday was alive with inclusivity. I have trouble saying that word. With Pride Night, starting with Yoga by Yoga Odyssey. Vendors in attendance were community organizations and businesses promoting inclusivity and provided resources for the community. A lineup of speakers honoring Nurse Jamila Carter with Robert Wood Johnson and entertainment by the Golden Gaze made a fun and engaging evening with the community. Thank you to all the vendors and sponsors for making the event possible. Looking ahead to Starlight Cinema's kickoff July 11th on Division Street and the rescheduled Somerville Market on Sunday, July 14th on Main Street. New dates have been added to the cinema. Please check out downtownsomerville.org for more information. Thank you.
Thank you. Roger?
So spray parks, just as a reminder, spray parks are open until 6 p.m. Michael Lepp opens at 10 a.m. John Long opens at 11 a.m. and both are open until 6 p.m. Our pool is open daily on Park Avenue from 12 to 6 p.m. Just as a reminder to the residents to register prior to attendance, and it is free to all Somerville residents. Tomorrow night is Somerville Community Night at the Somerset Patriots Ballpark. They're playing the Reading Fightin' Phils, and the starter for tomorrow night's game is our own Mayor Gallagher. So he's warming up, he's been practicing. So make sure that you get there early. The game time is 7:05, but obviously first pitch will be a little before then. Fireworks will be at the end of the game. Tickets are $10, and the link is on the Borough website. And registration is currently open for fall soccer for students entering grades 1 through 8. So again, check out the recreation website.
Great, thank you. Just one thing to comment on. Randy Pitts and I had the opportunity to attend dinner on Saturday night. It was a retirement dinner for a number of our police officers. It was a belated dinner, and some a very recent dinner. It celebrated the careers of Manny Garcia, Kevin Collison, Ed Purcell, and John Covert. And these gentlemen spent a good portion of their lives protecting our citizens. And Randy and I were there to thank them. We presented them with a proclamation on behalf of the mayor and council. And it was a wonderful event. Families, it was really nice. It was good to see. And they're all looking forward to retirement. So, and some are already in retirement, so it's a good thing. So that's it for that. Do we have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion, roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, if you have public comment, please come to the microphone. Please state your name and address for the record, and please address your comments directly to me. Public portion is now open.
Hello, Helene Venizelos, 8 Laurie Drive, also Vice Chair of the Environmental Commission. There are some concerns about the trees on Main Street in front of the new building. It appears that they're smaller than what was proposed. So I just wondered if that's going to be addressed.
Okay.
And the other one was, I know we had sent a recommendation about the Parkview Playground, and I also wondered when that would be addressed.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Thank you for your comments. Any other public comment?
Jerry DeSapio, 46 East Main Street. I'm also a member of the Environmental Commission, but my remark is really addressed to the mayor about the sidewalks on Main Street, particularly between Warren and South Bridge, although I would say it really concerns most of the sidewalks. On the south side of Main Street, excuse me, I've had two personal experiences. Shortly after I moved to Somerville, I took a really bad trip, not on psychedelics, but on the sidewalk, where I lunged, and to stop myself from hitting the ground, I pulled every muscle in my neck and back and went to a chiropractor for months. Last week, I had a similar issue, not as bad, but I did take another trip and almost fell. It's by the Pop's Bicycle Shop, where sometimes I think you need to take a look at the roots of these trees as they're pushing up the sidewalk and making the paving stones uneven. I saw a woman fall, her glasses cracked. I saw a child fall there, split open a leg. I think it could be a really serious issue that we need to look at for the safety of our people. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, public session is now closed. Just a couple of items. One, in regards to the trees in front of the project, that is a site plan issue. That is something that it was approved by a judicial body. If there are issues with it, they will be handled as the project continues. The project has not been completed yet. The site is in the hands of Borough Hall, I'll call it Borough Hall, code enforcement, as well as the planner and engineer for the project that the borough has. Those are site plan issues, and they will be dealt with accordingly. Environmental is not the enforcement arm. The Environmental Commission is not the enforcement arm of the planning board nor of the borough. This is a site plan approved by a judicial body, and the developer must comply with what is in the approved site plan. That cannot vary. It cannot be changed without coming back before the planning board. So if there are issues, those will be dealt with. If they are compliant, they are compliant. And I'm not going to comment any further on that until the project is complete. In terms of Parkview, that is a borough issue at this point, and we had some discussions in executive. You'll see it listed on the executive session, and there are ongoing discussions between the borough and the developer regarding that parcel of property. Once the borough makes some determinations regarding that property, everybody will be well informed on what those determinations are. So that's where we stand on those two. As for the sidewalks, I absolutely agree with you. The sidewalks, before I left the first time, probably back in 2016, 17, we actually had come up with a plan to sequentially, over time, I think it was a 10-year period, begin to replace some of these trees, specifically for that. Some trees were dying. Some were upheaving the sidewalks, creating a very dangerous situation for folks and creating a big liability for the borough and the Downtown Association. It's a problem, and it continues to be a problem. What I would like to see is a plan that addresses this over the course of time. I saw one, it was a 5-year plan. I think that is probably a little bit aggressive. I'd rather see it as a 10-year plan, so we have the ability for trees to begin to grow again, rather than in a 5-year plan, you know, you're gonna have this stunted trees throughout downtown. We need to, my feeling, and at some point in the very near future, council's gonna weigh in on it, we need to get rid of the tree grates. We need the real estate. I think the tree grates, when I say the grates, those are the wrought iron railings.
The fences, the grates are
Yeah.
the ones that are flush to the ground.
Yeah, thank you. So, you know, I think they need to be removed. If you look all around the grates and all around those trees, the pavers are upheaved. They're in bad shape. Probably about 8 years ago, we worked with the Downtown Association, and we went on an improvement plan, and we actually regraded a lot of them. But over time, as they grow more, they're beginning to upheave again. So no quick fix, but there is a fix at hand, and we can begin to look at that to fix it. I can't tell you, I can't give you a time frame, because we have to work between the DSA and the Environmental Commission and figure out how we're going to begin this streetscape replacement. So, but thank you. But I agree. Consent resolutions. Are there anybody would like to have pulled off for further discussion? Okay. Hearing none, do we have a motion on 205 through 214?
So moved.
Second?
All right. 205 is authorizing the return of application fee for application as noted for 27 Park Avenue. 206 is rejecting all bids for the Somerville Borough Hall entry portico and exterior restoration project, as Tom had mentioned. 207 is authorizing settlement of a tax appeal for the property located at 45 North Gaston Ave, also known as Block 66, Lot 16 in the Borough of Somerville. 208 is approving Somerset County Library System of New Jersey to use the lawn at Borough Hall on August 28th for a Chalk the Walk program. 209 is approving Somerville Market on July 14 from 12 to 6 p.m. on Main Street from Grove to Doughty. 210 is memorializing an agreement between the Borough of Somerville and the County of Somerset for a certified recycling professional to sign annual recycling tonnage report. 211 is approving Life Chain event for Sunday, October 6 on Somerset Street and Mountain Avenue from 2 until 3:30 p.m. 212, accepting the resignation of Lisa Glock effective July 12, 2024. 213, approving History on the Green on Saturday, July 20th, 2024 at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. contingent on OEM and Police Department approval. 214 is authorizing final payment for the time accumulated for Manuel Garcia in the amount of $112,686.10. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, bills and vouchers.
I make a motion to pay bills and vouchers in the amount of $1,426,502.81.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, and Tom, we need a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second?
I was going to say, nobody wants to leave? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is adjourned.